and welcome to SideQuests, the show where we play indie and small publisher RPGs. I'm your host, Mark, and today we are playing Our Haunt by Rae Nedjadi, published by Possum Creek Games. As always, you'll find links to where you can find this game, as well as other things by myself and today's guests, down in the show notes. However, I will warn you that the print editions of this one are a little hard to find as of recording this in December 2025, which I know because this happened today to mine, and I'm trying to find a new one. Anyway, as always, I am joined by a couple amazing players. Today we've got Erica.
Hi.
You want to tell us a little bit
Sure.
about Erica?
I'm Erica Goodwitch. The running joke is that Mark asks if I want to do something, and I say yes. So you can find a full list of all my actual play mercenary work at my linktree/Erica Goodwitch.
Excellent. And we are also joined, for the first time on this show, by Richard.
Hey, everybody. I'm Richard. I do mostly on the internet. You can find me doing movie podcasts, a Plot Spackle, where we talk about plot holes in fiction and ways to reconcile the stories internally, and working on some RPGs. And every once in a while, I sucker the people that I talk with movies about into playing games with me.
Excellent. And if you would like to play games with us, please join the Nightcast Discord, where we play games all the time, including
All the time.
ongoing Star Wars campaign Bounties in Beskar, where all of us play and GM as Mandalorians.
Yeah.
It's the
All right,
best.
it's
It
very
is.
fun. So, Our Haunt is a GM-less game with some similarities. As I read through, I saw similarities to like Wander Home. Some things reminded me of Powered by the Apocalypse, but it's not Powered by the Apocalypse. Its main mechanic is token based, where it's like a token economy where you're getting and giving tokens, and we're all going to be playing ghosts, and we may not remember everything about our past, but we know that we are here in this haunted house now with each other. All right, so we are ready to play Our Haunt.
Yes.
So we've got our 3 locations. Which one should we explore first?
Let's start outside.
You want to start outside? I was going to suggest the attic, because there's so much going on up there.
Well, Quinn, tiebreaker.
I mean, either one of those is good, because I was just figuring we would end in the basement where things get dark and nasty. So then, I mean, that's what tokens are for, right? Let's find out. Survey says the attic.
Starting in the attic.
All right.
All right. Take it away, Erica.
Oh, great. That's right.
Just the thing you
So we're
needed.
starting in the garden.
So up in the very top of this house, with some rickety stairs, is a large open attic with lots of things about, and next to a circular window, a big comfy bed with a mismatched moth-eaten quilt and pillows, a trunk under the bed stuffed full of strong emotional letters, a TV across the room, partially obscured, a ghost that flutters up through the floorboards and the struts and then back down, humming softly to herself. Who's here in the attic today?
There's a big comfy bed.
And a cat making biscuits?
Yep. Purring, making biscuits.
Probably Quinn, stalking back and forth in front of the big window.
Is our house occupied? Is it for sale? Is it, like, do people come and go?
That's a good question. I kept trying to figure out about, like, the living, reading through the rulebook, and it didn't tell me anything.
Yeah, I think that's up to us.
It really is.
Yeah, I was kind of reading through it, enamored with the idea that it might be, like, on the market. Like, there's one living person who comes and goes often, and then everybody else, they're all new people that we see once, and that's it.
I think that's great, but then how does the runaway see Quinn?
I figured that we would probably be running into the runaway in the garden. Because if it's a big open space, it's probably a place that the runaway hangs out.
When it's too much wherever they stay or live.
Mm-hmm.
There may
And
also be.
since
Yeah.
I was going to say, since they see Quinn how Quinn looked when they were alive, they might just assume that this is where Quinn lives.
Okay, so Doug's on the bed. He's got this old quilt, probably decades old, that he's kneading with his claws out, not actually making any dents in the quilt as he does so.
The blur decided that my face is part of the background.
You're the
Appropriate.
Faceless. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Doug is making biscuits.
Yeah. I think. Do we hear the front door open and close?
Oh yeah. The attic is up on like the third floor, so we sort of not only do we get like sort of that pressure change, that slight little shake in an old house of the outside door downstairs opening.
His ears turn backward.
And there's like 3 voices distantly filtering up through the floorboards and the stairwells. 1 familiar, 2 strange.
Let them break my concentration. I'm not gonna let them break my concentration.
Have to concentrate on.
Hey, I'm working here.
It's broken.
Flops down. When did you get up here?
A couple minutes ago, saw them coming up the drive. Had to make sure Oliver wasn't outside.
You don't want to scare the kid away? It's dangerous out there.
Yeah, I just don't want him to get yelled at again.
Worse things than being yelled at.
Don't I know it?
That's what I was implying.
Beautiful.
Where's Scarf?
I mean, could literally be anywhere. Takes a quick sniff to see if he can smell the cinnamon that's usually there when Scarf is around.
There's a hint of cinnamon somewhere up here.
All right, Doug. You're a cat. Where's the cinnamon coming from?
It's Dusty. I don't know. I'm not a dog.
Yeah, but, you're a cat. You're supposed to be good at these kinds of things.
I'm good at lots of stuff, Quinn. I'm good at lots of stuff, and you'll see. I'm going to find. I'm going to find Scarf.
Okay.
Gets up, stretches, takes his time, getting full length stretch, and hops off the bed, sniffing around to find out where Scarf might be lurking.
Where do you look first?
First, there's a trunk, something that somebody maybe would take on long journeys on the railroad.
Mm-hmm.
Just a big
Old steamer trunk.
Right. I'm actually picturing this chest that is my grandpa's. It's actually, it seems like it might be made out of wood, and there's a big lock in the shape of a bell, and nobody has any idea where the key is. And Doug just goes into the trunk through the side. No Scarf?
No Scarf. You come across a bunch of little, really, really old clothing that of various styles and fabrics, all the same size. No Scarf.
His head pops up through the top. Not in here.
Hmm.
So you're not going to help with this at all. You're just going to pace in front of the window like you do, moody buddy.
Look, what do you want? I can go over, here's a TV. Look, there's something in front of it, and kind of put the hands through the objects in front of the TV. Yes, now we can see so much better.
You still have eyes. You can't touch things, but you can look around.
Look, I can touch things sometimes, all right?
Oh yeah, can you?
Yes.
Do it right now.
Looks around, finds the just a little, like, small kind of glass knickknack that's on a table and, like, concentrates, picks it up, and then just, like, tosses it at Doug.
And Doug yowls and jumps, even though it's not gonna hit him. What? I didn't say throw something at me.
You said that I couldn't touch stuff. There it is.
The bauble breaks against the trunk that Doug had been partially within, and the voices and footsteps downstairs quiet.
It's just completely still.
It's not like they can hear us half the time.
What about the other half of the time?
What are they gonna do?
I don't know. What can they do? They can do something, I'm sure.
Maybe
the
they
other
can...
ones out there don't care at all if they get seen or heard or whatever.
Fine.
Agatha wanders through a wall at that point and sort of stops and looks at the bauble broken on the floor. That was an ornament my mother-in-law gave me. My first Christmas with my husband. Oh well. And she continues on her merry way down through the floorboards.
Nice job, Quinn.
Sorry.
Well.
My question then, does that qualify as using a ghostly ability with great consequence?
I think it might.
It sounds like it. My question is, have I overstepped my bounds?
No, I don't think so.
No, but Doug continues around the room, calling for Scarf. Hey, Scarf, where's that beautiful smile of yours?
Quinn, you kind of like roll your eyes and turn away towards the old TV actually, and you see folded very neatly on top of it the beautiful floral pattern of the scarf that Scarf usually wears.
Scarf? Kind of walk over, like poke the scarf a little bit.
It shifts a little bit and then unfurls until it looks like it's draped in the air on a ghostly figure you can't see. And the smile comes into view. Quinn, lovely to see
Scarf.
you.
They're back. They brought more people.
Oh, they did? Oh, that's nice. I wonder if they'll stay this time.
I mean, maybe. Depends on whether or not they care about broken ornaments.
Oh, did you break one of Agatha's ornaments?
Yeah. Doug dared me to.
When Scarf appears, Doug does like 2 bounds across the room and starts like rubbing his side against where Scarf's legs might be.
There's like the
Hi, Scarf.
barest impression of a hand rubbing along Doug's back.
Hi, thank you. I'm taking a token for my open desire for affection.
If Quinn looks through the window, what does he see?
Think if Quinn looks out the window, they can see a little bit of the side yard and overlooking the front of the house where they can see like an old willow tree.
Mm-hmm.
Several cars out front and the for sale sign, and then down on the sidewalk in front of the house, several spots in the paving stones where you can see handprints of previous people who were here when the sidewalk was installed.
I like that detail. You get a token for that. As Quinn is looking out the window and Doug is receiving requested affection from Scarf.
Thank you.
The sound of like TV static starts.
I don't like that thing.
No.
I don't like that thing at all.
It is, in fact, the worst.
I hate when it turns on. Quinn, do something about it.
Okay. Okay.
It's an old movie.
Can you break it?
I mean, I probably could.
The actress is wearing an outfit not dissimilar from one in the trunk that you passed through, Doug.
Is it? He walks up to it. A sort of fierce. He's got his fangs bared a little bit. Is that the same one? He kind of thinks out loud. Is this a movie? Bats at it.
Scarf's like sort of turns towards and then turns away and like decides to flutter away somewhere else in the attic. The TV is loud.
Yeah, I hate this thing.
And the sound of footsteps downstairs is getting closer.
I think, like, as the TV gets more and more loud, Scarf moves away. Quinn looks from the footsteps coming up the flights of stairs, the voices, and then will use one of my strong moves for 2 tokens to use a ghostly ability with righteous anger.
Mm-hmm.
And will pick up one of the blankets off the bed and just throw it over the TV to cover the screen and muffle the noise. Like, we can't have this right now.
I think as he does that, Doug is going to use the vulnerable move to use a ghostly ability, sensing predators and prey in the area, and he can tell that these people are not only close, but they're actually going to come up here.
Yeah.
He jumps up to one of the rafters, and they do come up. Do they notice the TV? Is the TV actually on?
When the heavy quilt that Quinn throws drapes over the TV, it quiets just as the door to the stairs to the attic opens, and the same realtor lady that we're all familiar with walks most of the way up the stairs. She stops like pretty much right in front of the stairs. Do we know her name?
I'm trying to think of a good real estate name. Jessica Marshall Realty.
Jessica Marshall Realty. What does she look like?
Big hair.
She's got big hair.
Big hair.
Is it like she's like big naturally curly hair, a perm, beehive?
I'm picturing a perm.
You're picturing a perm?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Like big 80s hair.
And it's like teased and...
Mm-hmm.
If we're going with the big 80s hair, is she wearing like the suit with like the power shoulders?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like a smart red jacket with the shoulder pads, and she like has this like static smile as she turns towards the couple that she's showing the house to. And it's just like, and as you can see, there's so much storage space everywhere amongst this house and lots of hidden treasures to delve between. I'm sure Antique Roadshow would love to see some of the things up here.
Does it come with all the stuff?
All of this stuff?
The stuff.
Yes, as I just said, there's lots of treasure to be found. I'm sure.
It's gonna be a lot of work getting all this stuff downstairs.
I'm trying to think like these people clearly aren't listening to her because she just like tried to drop the line about it being like treasure and like Antique Roadshow or things like that. And she's like still has like that like practiced frozen smile, and she's just like, well, I mean, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
It's clearly not their treasure, though, is it?
It looks like a bunch of trash. Barry, we're gonna buy a house with a bunch of trash in it?
You can take the TV.
Well, alright. Let's see the basement.
Oh, that's worse.
And they go tromping down the stairs. Yeah.
Doug is up in the rafters, peeking over the edge.
Jessica takes a second and sighs and pulls on her blazer, and then she goes down the stairs after them and closes the door gently behind her.
Well, I mean, they're not staying, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate the TV, but I like some of the other junk up here.
There's lots of good things up here.
Lots of good junk. Jumps down on the bed again and starts kneading.
I think that might be...
Do we think that's
This
our scene for
scene-
the attic?
Maybe. I'm not sure where we end a scene.
We end it wherever we want. I think with the people having gone downstairs, Doug sitting on the bed again between licks as he grooms himself, says, "Hey, Scarf, does the old phonograph still work?"
Not me, Erica, trying to remember what a phonograph is.
Record player with the big
Listening horn.
listening
I
horn.
thought that was a gramophone.
Also, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Gramophone's a specific brand of phonograph.
Agatha's the only one who can get that thing to work. She seems especially spacey today, though. And maybe not while the living are around.
Well, they're in the basement. I'm going to give it a try. And he's going to walk over to this phonograph with an old shellac 45 on it. And he hops up to the lower ledge of it and tries his best to bat at the needle to get it to drop. Which I don't know that he can actually do.
But I am looking at the choose one per session items for the attic.
Yeah. I was getting at the ask someone to dance, sing, or make enough noise for the living to hear us.
Well, those are moves.
Yeah. Which
Mhm.
you can do at any time.
Yeah, I know. I had Quinn look out the window,
Uh-huh.
and then I had you guys deal with the problem of the attic, which I guess Quinn got another token for throwing a quill over the TV.
I think he tries really, really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And that does not work. But then he goes swing and extends one of his claws and puts that on the 45.
Mm-hmm.
And as it slowly starts to wind up through somebody's doing, certainly not Doug's. You can hear the trumpets and other horns of an old brass band.
So I'm going to count this as you describing an object tied to one of our pasts when we are alive. So Doug, how is this object related to your past?
One of the few things that Doug remembers is warm bed with someone who loved him. And he doesn't really remember what that person looks like. Doesn't remember that person's name. But he remembers the bed, the blankets, the warmth and the fire in the fireplace, and the music that would be on days when it was too cold to go outside. You can hear the sound of the instruments playing through an old tinny horn,
Mm-hmm.
and the sound of pages flipping in a book every so often. And he,
Gets a token.
from his spot atop the edge of this player, he just sort of stares off into space, revealing nothing.
And that's where the scene pulls out through the window, and we see the couple and Jessica standing by the front gate, and she sort of waves them off as they get in their car and drive away before she looks back up at the house, just barely able to hear the brass band playing. And shakes her head, closes the gate, and walks off down the sidewalk.
All right. Later.
Mm-hmm.
Garden in the evening as the sun is just beginning to dip behind the trees at the end of the drive is overgrown with life. There
Yes.
are plants close to the ground, vines climbing up old rotting trellises, while the front yard of this place is manicured well enough to sell the house. The back is almost a small jungle as Doug crouches in the tall grass, stalking a little rodent. There's an old greenhouse. Its glass panes broken, falling into the overgrown pots and plant beds on the inside. An old rubber hose has rotted through in a couple places, still attached to the spigot in the back. There are remnants of the garden that was once there. There's a rose bush with long thorns close to the house. There's what may have once been decorative plants like a juniper that is now tall and overgrown. And then there are places where natural order is taking over. There's milkweed with pods that are just about to burst. There's a lower part of the garden where cat's tails have sprung out of a puddle that never seems to dry. What do Scarf and Quinn do when they come to the garden?
Scarf likes to wander aimlessly around the overgrown flower beds, looking at the moths, looking at the birdhouses with whatever otherworldly beings are inhabiting them. Sometimes dangle the tassels off the end of her long scarf in front of the cats.
Yeah,
And
there
pet
are
pear.
pet pear. There's a big iron fence that surrounds the whole yard. Through the gaps where the bars have fallen out, a number of spectral cats make their way. They tend to perch on posts and tree stumps, watching the big moths fly by as they chase the little ethereal flames that bob around. I think right now the big ghost dog Raymond, who's I want to say a Malamute, is just chasing his own tail around off in the right near the forest edge. What does Quinn do in the garden when he visits?
I think Quinn probably will go over try and spends time trying to carve things into some of the trees. Kicking through the some of the overgrown plants, waiting for watching as the moths flutter up from them, and probably takes an almost fiendish delight in tossing something at the rodents just before Doug is actually able to pounce on them.
You. Stop doing that.
You have to be able to get them yourself. If you can't deal with adversity, how are you going to reach this?
Doug decides to clean himself instead of answering. As Scarf floats around the garden, looking at the birdhouses and the things that live inside them, they hear something from the edge of the garden, the dark part of the garden, the part near the forest that even us ghosts are a little uncomfortable going towards. There's a well back there, old stone from even before this house was built. Its stones are always threatening to collapse, but somehow they still stand. And there's almost a beckoning echo from interior.
I don't think Scarf has any self-preservation. Go right over to it.
Deep in this well, there is something ancient. I don't think it's a ghost. I think it is something different, something other. Going over to it, Scarf hears its question. That question is, what are you hiding?
I'd have to know my secrets in order to know I'm hiding them.
But you have secrets. Give one too. Scarf gets the sense that there's a hand reaching up from the well. Something made of earth and time.
The edge of the scarf lifts like a ghostly arm is lifting. And the barest edge of an invisible fingertip touches the hand reaching up, as I'd like to use my ghostly ability, touch a being and see into their heart.
Are you using it vulnerable?
Yes.
Or are you spending 2 tokens? Okay.
Because I'm anticipating that this is going to come with great consequence.
Possibly. The contents of this being's heart are hunger, first and foremost, and as Scarf reaches deeper, they find, I think, like a sense of decay, not just of organic decay, of like rust or even atomic decay, like the decay of the universe. And at the core of it is the fleeting sense of time. And are you burying a secret in the soil here? Or are you refusing the move of the garden?
Yeah, I'll bury a secret.
What does it look like?
It looks like, from where the invisible fingertips touch the decay of the universe itself, a small object appears that looks like a tin soldier. Like a little toy soldier. Gripped in a hand that can't be seen. And then let go and it falls.
And I think as this entity takes it into its possession, the paint on it begins to peel as it disappears into the darkness below. And since you use the vulnerable version of your ghostly ability, I think as it disappears, you retain your secret, but you don't remember why it's important. And Doug comes bounding out of
One
the
or
tall
two
grass.
tokens.
You gain 1 token for going with the garden move, and you get another token for doing your vulnerable move.
Yeah, that's how you play the game.
Look, there isn't a winner in this.
Well, yeah, the winner is who tells the best collaborative story. So all 3 of us should be the winner.
Yeah, we all win.
But I'm just saying, I got 2 moves out of 1 storytelling moment.
That's great.
2 tokens.
Doug comes bounding out of the tall grass with the ghost of a mouse squealing in his mouth and says, Scarf, look what I got. I caught it. Look.
Oh, good job.
Look, do you want it?
I don't know what I would do with it.
He puts it down in front of them anyway.
And it's still squealing, so
yeah,
it runs away.
It's a ghost, yeah.
And Scarf just watches it run off, as I'm sure Doug also just watches it run off. Did Quinn manage to see you catch that?
Of course not, but I did good, right?
You did very good.
Thank you. Where's Quinn?
I think Quinn is
Doug jumps to the top of the roof to look for him.
Down by where the cattails are.
Uh-huh. Oh, where Raymond is.
Mm-hmm. Down where Raymond is. and just kind of, picking up and, actually throwing a ball.
Yeah. Raymond runs after it and then cannot pick it up and just sort of runs around barking at it in a circle until you come and get it.
Go over, toss it again.
He runs after it.
And then I think Quinn finds something that's in pain down by the water.
Yeah, it's one of those things that lives in the birdhouses. They're small spirits of some sort. I think they're old enough that they don't know what they were. They're just little shapes now. And maybe this one's really old.
Quinn will reach down and kind of pick it up and just do like a shuddering deep breath as they pull the pain into themselves. As they slowly, it's one of the vulnerable moves.
Okay.
And they'll pull that in and then try to, arms shake a little bit as they try to put it back up into the birdhouse.
And as it goes back into the birdhouse, it disappears inside for a moment. You hear a little clicking, clacking that is what this thing sounds like as it looks around inside, and it comes back out of the front of it and reaches these long, skinny arms of darkness down and presents you with a little seed. Would you like to plant a seed or care for something?
Yeah. Quinn will take the seed and go over to the little greenhouse, what's left of it, and there's probably one pot that's been kind of kept clean, and we'll plant the seed in there.
Yep, it looks like it's a little sunflower seed. So hopefully it'll grow quickly and grow strong and be able to feed some birds. And Doug comes up. Quinn, I caught one.
Did you?
Uh-huh.
Where is it?
Scarf saw it.
I saw it. It ran away.
Caught one.
Doug gave it to me, and then it ran away.
Well,
I gave it to Scarf because Scarf actually likes me.
Well, Quinn likes you too.
Eh. I don't know about that.
I just think you got to be able to defend yourself.
I could defend myself just fine.
And that's why you had to have Scarf vouch for your mouse catching abilities.
Because you don't believe me. We've been through this.
Look, it's not my fault that you don't ever seem to catch a mouse. What do you even do what do cats do out here in a garden when you can't catch mice?
Lounge in the catnip bed?
Doug bounds out of the greenhouse and joins the group of 4 cats, Pear, Cinnamon, Reggie, and Fang, who kind of view him as a leader, as somebody that they can depend on. And he just sort of looks back at Quinn. And the 5 of them go off through the grass towards Raymond. They can't get too far away from the house, but
it's a large garden.
Yeah, they're gonna go do stuff that only animals know.
I think you offended him.
I mean, look, he's gonna starve to death if he doesn't actually eat one of those ghost mice.
He's a ghost.
So that's why it's ghost mice.
How could he starve to death when he's already dead?
Fair call, I guess. Look, he's gotta be there. All right? I don't want him to disappear.
Quinn feels the bear's touch of a hand on their shoulder. It is inevitable that all things will disappear, will end. Even us, even you. And the sooner you learn to accept that, maybe you won't be afraid all the time.
Quinn kind of thinks about it for a second. And there's just kind of a sharp, angry slant, but it's not fair.
Nothing is.
But it should be.
The places we can seek fairness is how we treat each other. We can't barter or ask for fairness from the universe. That's just not how it works, darling. I think this counts as another vulnerable move.
Indeed, as I am literally, well then, can you tell me? Tell me about one of your memories.
One of my memories. I don't have many, you know. I can remember a wedding in a garden like this one. I was wearing a beautiful dress. I don't know if I was a guest or the bride. I do remember who I was with, and I loved him very much. But not in the same way he loved me, I think. And there were irises and carnations. What did you ask me about again?
I asked about your memories.
Well, there you go. There's the memory. Lovely wedding in a beautiful garden.
Well, thank you.
As the two of you talk, you hear at the edge of the garden the sound of a bike chain changing gears and metal on metal as a bicycle is leaned up against the iron fence. The quiet walking as somebody's sneakers, cuffed pants brush through the grass.
Oh, I think that's your friend.
Quinn will kind of like dash over to where it can get a slightly better look towards the back fence.
Yeah, he sees Oliver. What does he look like?
I think Oliver's probably late, has the kind of just jeans that are distressed not because of fashion, but because of wear. And the wears, has the shirt with a sweater over it and a backpack that gets shoved through the hole in the fence first.
Yeah, he walks towards the greenhouse. You know that he has a camp spot on the opposite end of it, beyond a bunch of bushes that hide it from the house. And he's gonna unpack his bag, get his little pop-up tent that is like a almost neon green out.
Think Quinn will stalk over and kind of just pop out from the other side of the greenhouse with a, hey, Ollie. Realtor was here again today.
What's up, dude?
Hey.
You selling the place?
They keep trying.
What does Quinn look like at this moment?
I think Oliver sees someone in their probably early 20s. It's a, kind of dark polo shirt with probably a movie theater logo on it. And sneakers that probably were the cool ones about 15 years ago.
Is there any sign that Quinn is incorporeal?
For Ollie? No. Because Ollie gets to see him like he was alive.
Yeah.
There's one more detail. A dark floral scarf draped over your shoulders.
Quinn can see that around Ollie there are those large moths that go towards the flames. They are surrounding him. They're flying around. Yeah, things got a little rough at home, so Thought I'd camp out again.
Yeah.
Don't mind, do you?
No. You're always welcome over here.
Yeah. Thanks.
Everything going okay?
You know, it's just normal stuff. It's normal stuff. Yeah, the usual.
I mean, planted some kind of wildflowers in the greenhouse earlier.
Really, you can't really tell.
I mean, look, not a gardener. Guilty as charged.
I mean, if your parents want, I could always come by and, clean the place up for a couple bucks or something like that.
I mean, if we could get them to pay, that'd be great.
Realtor, too. I mean... Yeah.
I mean, sure. Sure. I don't know, you got like a card or something we can give to the realtor? Phone number?
Yeah, I can write down my phone number. I don't carry a business card.
Sure.
You got
if you're doing landscaping.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just offering to clean the place up. If they want to sell it, might be nice to, have this place looking good, have some of the junk taken out of the basement.
Yeah. It's, yeah, I can write it down. And he'll kind of go slightly out of sight, or just inside the greenhouse. What's the phone number?
562-4242. Yeah, tomorrow's a school day, but by Saturday.
Okay. Yeah, I'll see if I can get it to him.
Doug is up in a tree overhead, looking down.
Just underneath, he can see where Quinn did very carefully scratch his nails down on there. There's a small trace of blood to kind of get the phone number there that he kind of has there. And I suspect it's going to probably be using it with great consequence.
Did he scratch into the tree?
Just into the concrete on the floor of the greenhouse.
Into the concrete. Okay. I have an idea for your great consequence, yes.
Okay.
I think that'll be in a second. Doug, looking down from the tree, calls down to Quinn. Hey, who's your buddy? Hey, Quinn. Hey, Quinn.
Look up.
Hey, Quinn.
Look. Doug, you want someone to pet you?
Doug climbs down the tree.
Like,
so you're just going to go ahead and talk to me then? In front of your buddy?
Look. Hey, Ollie. You want to pet a cat?
Sure, I'm a little allergic, but yeah.
Not to this guy.
I suspect probably hypoallergenic. It'll be fine.
Where's the cat?
Kind of looks down and just scowls at Doug. Come on, Doug. If you don't come out, you're not going to get the pets.
Doug comes out, and I'm going to spend two of my coins. He looks at Oliver, and Oliver sees him, and Oliver sees that there's something strange about this cat. This cat is slightly see-through, but Oliver cannot look away. And Doug, with his bright green eyes, his eyes almost glow as the sun is setting. It's that sort of animal glow where they're lit from a distance, like you can see the reflection in the back of their eyes. That sort of glow. And Ollie's just kind of stuck there.
And Quinn will kind of look between Doug and Ollie and then slowly walk over and just like start scratching behind Doug's ears.
Stop it, Quinn. Stop it, Quinn. I'm busy. Hanging out with your friend, Quinn.
That's when you're the best.
And he closes his eyes, and Oliver is unensnared, and we're gonna use a ghostly ability with great consequence, which you can tell me what it is because he turns into dusky smoke and disappears into the shadows.
The great consequence that Oliver saw that.
I mean, I think that might be the great consequence.
Yeah.
Is that there's the wispy smoke and all of a sudden, like, Quinn's hand just goes through nothing. It's like, that is not cute, Doug.
It's just a laugh from the corner.
And then I think he will kind of look back over at Oliver, and Oliver is just kind of staring at Quinn and where Doug was with a slightly horrified expression.
Yeah, slightly horrified. Maybe he's not going to stay here tonight. I always thought I saw cats out of the corner of my eye.
I mean, yeah, there's loads of cats around here.
Are there, though?
Yeah.
Starts rolling up his sleeping bag. No, I think I'm going to find somewhere else for tonight.
I mean, it's fine. You can...
Between that and the back there by the woods, that well. No, I think I should. I'll see you. I'll see you soon. I'm sure. I'll be back.
And I think Quinn will kind of reach out and go like, "You don't have to," and then will kind of crumple in pain for just a moment, as he just has a brief flashback, as just their chest lights on fire. They can't quite find the words, and there's no air. And then when they come back, Oliver's gone.
And as Scarf watches Oliver go, that vulnerable move that Quinn did earlier, something as with those scratches in the concrete, Scarf has noticed that there's something moving here. There's something moving under the earth, and a hand slowly begins to dig its way out of the soil. It's just bones. Scarf, as it comes out disconnected from whatever it was once connected to, would you like to answer what these bones will wear as flesh instead of flesh? You don't have to answer.
Downy bird feathers, leaf mulch, flower petals.
It begins picking petals from flowers. There's a pot that had an old bird's nest in it where it gathers feathers. It clothes itself in this collection of debris. It scuttles away.
Wonder if we should be concerned about that. Oh well. That won't come back to haunt us, I'm sure.
Of course not.
Of course not. Sentient objects being a problem. Ha!
As the two of you head back towards the house, you pass an old wicker chair. Its threads, its fibers snapped in places, worn through. It's the metal underneath rusted. Laying on it in a circle is Doug, who looks up at the two of you. Time to go in?
That was very rude of you before, Doug. Spooking off Quinn's friend like that.
I don't know what you mean.
I think you do. You're
I'm
just
just
choosing
surprised you
not
turned
to.
down pets.
Well, I got what I needed.
And Quinn will be the first person to head inside.
I did catch that mouse, though.
You did catch that mouse, yes.
And I think that's the end of our garden scene.
I will say the scarf kind of like wraps, instead of being like scarfed like draped over someone's shoulder, like the scarf kind of like wraps up like it's like a bag, and now Pear is inside of it, purring contentedly.
Basement?
Yeah, Quinn's probably a little unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're going to Quinn's angry place.
Yup.
Good
We head
job, Doug.
Down some narrow stairs to a dark, cramped basement full of memories and forgotten things where the floor and ceiling are covered in just scrawls of words that are constantly writing and rewriting themselves to tell the history, the past, the possible futures of this a dark, cramped area just full of boxes shoved up against a corner, and just several shadowed hallways that lead off into nothing, with one well-lit, bright red door. And inside you can see where, just in the corner over by the boxes, is Quinn, muttering to himself with, like, dark, shadowy sounds whispering around as kind of just wisps of darkness kind of seem to spread off of him. What do Doug and Scarf find themselves doing?
Why did we come down here?
Because Quinn is our friend and Quinn is upset.
Yeah, but it's nice up on the bed. It's warm upstairs.
Yes, I know.
All the heat goes up to the top, into the attic.
We're here for Quinn.
You don't have to be here. It's fine.
No, we do.
For better or worse, we're only 3 people here. We're the only ones who can remember enough to interact with anything, so I guess you're our friend.
You have memories?
No, I mean, a few, but what I'm saying is we're all here enough to be here. Agatha's not really here. The things in the birdhouses aren't really here. Here, you know?
I don't know if I would count myself as here.
You're still here. Come on. Do you remember? You remember stuff.
Barely. Nothing. I remember fleeting images and feelings and...
You gotta chase the images.
I try, they just dissolve into colors.
Okay, you gotta hunt the images. You gotta chase them through the tall grass, wait for the right moment, and then pounce.
I'm not really a hunter, I think.
You know who's a hunter?
You?
Quinn.
Quinn is.
Hey, buddy.
I'm not a hunter. I can't even keep friends.
Doug
You can keep friends.
goes up and...
You've kept us.
Yeah, Doug goes and rubs on Quinn's leg. Yeah, buddy, we're friends.
Why didn't you do this outside?
Because you were making fun of my hunting ability again. I was not happy with that.
So you chose
In
to...
front of my friends. In front of my friends who depend on me? Pear, Cinnamon, Reggie, Fang. Raymond looks up to me.
Raymond looks up to anything that will, like, run and run with him.
Quinn, that's rude.
He's a dog. Dogs love dogs
I'm a
will
cat.
love literally any. Okay. I'm sorry for saying that you were terrible at hunting in front of your friends.
Raymond, Doug, jumps up on Quinn's lap and gets in a nice tight circle, lays down. I'm sorry for scaring away your guy.
Just sometimes, like, it's nice to have someone who doesn't think I'm dead, you know?
No. But I
think you're a little dead.
I understand that you're unhappy. I don't even know if I was ever truly alive or a person.
And from deeper in the basement, there is the sound of something falling over and spilling. Is anyone willing to go into the darkness and tell me what they find.
No sense of self-preservation.
Doug is also willing, but we'll let Scarf go because they're currently standing.
We can't tell. Scarf's probably standing.
Yeah. The scarf kind of like turns towards that sound and moves through the shadows towards it. Hesitating briefly because what if it's paint or something that could stain or ruin my scarf, but then goes and continues on anyway.
I mean, I heard something.
One of these days, they're going to get themselves more killed.
Do we get more dead?
I don't know. It seems like it could probably happen, though.
Down here? I might believe that. And he kind of stands up to, just holds Doug as he stands up and kind of peers into the darkness after Scarf. Everything okay back there?
Yeah, I thought something fell over, but I haven't found it.
We kind of step further into the darkness, kind of following after Scarf's voice.
Why are you going towards the scary noise?
Because that's where Scarf went. And there's that, the dolly zoom as the basement seems to stretch. And we kind of focus in on those luminous green eyes. What does scare Doug?
I think the idea that there is something out there that is death beyond death is what scares Doug. And we know that there are things we don't know about, which is scary. The thing in the well. Doug knows to stay clear of the thing in the well. What if there's something like that down here? Something that is apart from the knowledge that he doesn't quite clearly remember, but he knows about what should and should not exist. What if there's something down here that should not exist?
That will definitely be a token for describing something that scares you.
This is something that scares him. Okay, this is not something being revealing something frightening. I think that's up to Scarf, right?
Well, we did have Scarf go deeper into the basement to describe what they find, but we haven't found what Scarf found yet.
Why do I have to describe it?
You do.
Well, you don't. You can not describe it.
You can not describe it.
I don't want to do that move.
Yep.
Scary basement things. Let's see. Something knocked over. Scarf flits around and finds exactly the thing that made them hesitate. Paint cans. But the paint is old and dry. And it's basically just a smidgen of oil at this point.
You can still stain fabric.
But well far away. But the thing that actually fell over was an easel next to the paint cans. And there's a canvas face down on the floor now.
I think that Quinn and Doug finally catch up to Scarf. And Quinn will kind of carefully lean over and flip over the canvas.
Mm-hmm.
What's on the other side?
A half-finished painting of a woman. Like a Hollywood starlet. Glamorous. But only from her chin down. Everything else is either smudged or not filled in yet.
Doug leaps down and sniffs at the paint cans. It says linseed oil. He makes that face that cats make when they smell something that they like, which is with the open mouth.
Probably super old.
So I can still smell it.
As we're in the back, there is the dark red door that slowly creeps itself open as a hand reaches through the crack, turns the knob on this side, and pulls it open before disappearing back through the gap in the door. Where does this door lead? And why does it scare us?
It's just that description scares me.
Excellent. Good. That means I did a good job.
Do I get a token for describing the
thing that we found
that scares you?
the thing
Yes.
the thing that I found that you made me describe?
Yes.
Something frightening.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
What is through that door?
I think Doug thinks that it is that sort of unknowable through that door. Something that you can't see. He just sees the red. You can't know what it actually is until you experience it. So he does not want to experience it.
All right. You will receive a token.
Hey. Look at all these tokens I have. What should I do with that? I'm going to spend 2 tokens.
Oh yeah?
Because Doug does not like that door.
Nope. I don't like that
And-
door either.
He turns and looks towards where that painting, where the easel fell, and he spots a really small door. Like, he could definitely fit in it. Maybe Raymond the dog could fit in it. Quinn, if you were like crouching, if you squeezed in there, you could definitely fit in there. This, for 2 tokens, is a secret passage.
Where does it
And-
lead?
Yeah. So, Doug says, hey, that door. Quinn, have you ever gone in that door?
Quinn kind of slowly tears their eyes away from the red
Ignore
door
that door.
over
that
there.
one.
It's like, I don't think I've ever seen this one before.
This one looks nicer. I'm going in this one. Would you like to join me?
Yes, absolutely.
And Doug proudly walks tail straight up through that door and finds himself in it's still the basement. It's dustier, cobwebs. It's a place that people have not been in a very, very, very long time. And in here, there are shelves, lots of shelves of lots of different supplies. There's, on a low shelf, there's a wheelbarrow tire. There's a number of other painting things like palette knives and brushes and a couple other like scraping tools and stuff in an old mason jar off on one of the shelves. There's lots of like, it's like a big metal trash can with a hazardous icon on it that has a couple paint rags draped over the edge of it, and in the center of the space there's a big table, and the table has a big pad of manila paper and drawing tools, pencils and erasers, colored pencils and pastels and stuff like that all over it.
Yeah,
This place is neat.
I think in here, where with the words that are written on the floors and ceiling kind of seem to just form concentric rings around the notepad, as Quinn kind of goes over to it, kind of looks at the like pens and pencils and paper, and from that kind of out back towards where the easel was.
You hear the
And-
sound of the door slammed shut.
Which door?
The red door.
And Doug leaps up onto the table and puts himself close to one of Quinn's hands and asks, hey, buddy, is this ringing a bell? Tell me about one of your memories, maybe?
He looks down at it and kind of goes, yeah, I used to do poetry back in high school. It's, nothing fancy or really even any good, I guess, but, enough to get put in the school paper. Kind of picks up one of the one of the pens, and kind of starts trying to draw something on there, but it's not quite working until he kind of gets frustrated with it and the pencil just snaps and there's that little drops of blood that come down from his hand and start pooling onto the paper, forming small bits of words and letters.
Spooky.
I don't like those anymore. It was, people just make fun of you for
What,
it.
the poems? I was going to ask if I could hear one.
You don't want to hear my poetry.
Years ago. Yes, I do. He looks towards Scarf.
A pair of hands. Real visible hands. Look more like brushstrokes of paint than flesh. Pick up the shards of the pencil, move over it, and then it's a real pencil again, and puts it back in your hand. Art is vulnerable. You shouldn't let others prevent you from being that way, from sharing that part of yourself. And then the hands kind of disappear up in the scarf.
I think Quinn will reach down and try to pick up the pencil and start scratching onto the piece of paper. Again, just a few opening lines of fire like a butterfly consumes and changes. And perhaps that is where we end our scene in the basement.
One thing I would like to do for two tokens.
For two
first.
tokens
Two
first.
tokens first.
Yeah. Doug reaches out to his pride of cats and telepathically asking them to join us here, and Pear pops out of Scarf, and all the cats come up around Quinn and try to show a little affection. That's what Doug asked them to do.
And I think that's where we'll end, with Quinn writing in the notebook as a bunch of cats kind of are all curled up around, looking intently at this piece of paper.
It's great. With our third location, I think, yeah. So this haunted house with its many ghostly beings and creatures, we zoom out from this room and see the dancing lights in the garden and the old woman looking out the window in the attic, and I think that's where we call it for the night. You sounded like you had something to add.
So there's probably going to be the flicker of a TV behind Agatha.
That is true. All right. So at the end of a session of our haunt, we can all either keep our tokens for next time, or we can pool them and put them towards memories. So I have 3
I have 2.
that I would like to pool towards.
No, I have 3 because I did reach out and whisper another kind truth.
That's great. So we have the choice of putting our tokens towards regaining a memory or creating new memories. I put mine 3 towards creating new memories.
How many tokens do these cost?
15. We're not going to get it.
No.
But
That's okay.
We're gonna do it.
Quinn's got 4. I'll put those towards it.
Towards new memory or regaining?
Towards the new memory.
Towards, yeah.
Okay, so that's 10 towards creating a new memory. We didn't quite get there, but if we did, then we get to choose a new memory for us. All right.
To be clear, the 2 tokens that I spent earlier were to become physical and real for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
That's why there were the painted hands and the slammed door.
Cool. Nice.
That
Great.
works.
Yeah, and that is our haunt.
It's fun.
If you enjoyed listening to us, please like and subscribe. Join our Discord to come play games with us.
Yeah.
If this is your kind of game, check the notes below to find links to get the PDF for yourself. Also, links below for Erica and Richard and the Discord and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time for more side quests.